Today I'm going to simplify the one-handed backhand. Albert Einstein once said, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. I'm going to be using universal terms and a few easy to understand steps that could be explained to a kid. A lot of videos on this shot are very overcomplicated, so today, let's simplify it. First, you're going to start in a good ready position. Your elbows need to be up, and you should be able to shoot a basketball in this space. Now, step one is our unit turn. And instead of worrying about where to pull our arms back, all we're going to do is, using our left hand on the throat of the racket, is make a grip change and turn our chest and shoulders and torso into our shoulder turn. And that's it. Now, step two is the position that everything needs to kind of end up in. So your right arm is going to be up against your body and your left elbow is going to be up at a 90-degree angle. This way and this way. And this is because if we drop the elbow even just a bit, it's going to screw us up later in the shot because when we go to swing, our strings are going to be pointed to the sky. So keep your elbow up and it's going to help us in our next step. What we want to do is sit in the chair and let the racket kind of free fall onto its edge. And as you do this, you're going to get your foot and step out in front and we sit in the chair. Okay? And from here, our racket is on edge and our strings are slightly closed. We're not forcing them right to the ground. We want to keep our wrist up and fixed. And this is going to lead us into the next step, the contact point. So from here, we want to stay with the ball. And we need to do two things in order to make this happen. Step number one is stay sideways. And step number two is stay low to the ground. You don't actually want to pop up with your legs before contact point. This is going to throw off your timing and your rhythm. Once we get to the contact point and we've stayed sideways and low, a few important things need to happen. For one, we need to make sure that our wrist is up at contact point and it remains up after as well. The reason is because if it's down like this, you're going to get defeated by the ball and it's going to be a flimsy shot with no topspin. And if you do have topspin, you're going to have to overcompensate by turning over your wrist back to the position that it should have been in the first place. And this is unnecessary and it's going to lead to injury. So at contact point, your wrist needs to be up like this. Now, from here, we're going to finish the swing. And we need to stay sideways and we want to spread our wings. Throw the arms back like this. And remember, we're staying sideways. And you really want to make sure that your left arm isn't just doing nothing. Now, when we swing through as well, we want to make sure we don't open up at the end like this. Dragging your arm across your body is going to cause you to arm the ball, but you want to use your body to swing instead. So that's why we stay sideways and you're actually rotating from your shoulder and not your lower arm. You also want to make sure that you're leaning over the ball as you swing, because if your body weight is just on your back foot, you're going to end up leaning backwards and hitting the ball to the sky. We want to have a shortened follow through. So we actually want to stop the racket here. If you're swinging very fast, yes, your momentum may have you drag open the racket after, but make sure you don't do that until you fully hit through the ball. And after we finish here, we stop the follow through and then we can come up with the legs and finish tall like a statue up on our toes. I hope you found this easy to understand, and please like and subscribe for more educational tennis videos. Thanks. If you want to win more matches at your club or have a system to teach to your own tennis students or your children, I have a complete tennis system which can be absorbed in an online module in less than a week. I've made the mistakes so that you don't have to. Over 13 years, I've spent over $100,000 of my own money finding the best tennis coaching, which is now my system, which is the fundamentals of modern tennis. And finding good tennis information isn't rocket science, but for some reason, it's very hard to find this information even at the most prestigious of tennis clubs. I promise that if you complete the course, go through the whole thing, you can become twice as productive on the tennis court in 30 days. The link will be down in the description. Check it out if you're interested. Ciao.